Hi, my name is Jim, and I was retired. I'm a few months away from going into Medicare, and in this video, I'm going to show you how I'm shopping for Medigap coverage. As my last two videos explained, I'm getting ready for Medicare. I'm in my initial enrollment period, which includes the 3 months before your birth month, and the 3 months after your birth month. I've already applied and gotten my Medicare card for Part A and B. And in the last video, I explained why I'm not going for Medicare Advantage, and I'll stick with original Medicare with a Medigap coverage. The open enrollment period for Medigap coverage when you first enroll for Medicare is the 6 months after you first get Medicare coverage Part A and B. You must have both A and B to shop for Medigap insurance. In this open enrollment period, insurers must offer you Medigap. They cannot medically underwrite you, and they cannot deny pre-existing conditions. This is your open period to select a Medigap policy. After this 6-month period is over, you may have medical underwriting to switch Medigap policies or to sign up for a Medigap policy for the first time. So this is when you need to shop for Medigap. Now, since 1992, Medigap policies have been standardized by law, and insurers must offer one of these standardized policies. They're free to select which plans they offer in which region and how much to charge, but they're guaranteed issue, guaranteed renewable, and there's no medical underwriting in this first 6 months. Now here's a chart from the Medicare shopping guide for Medigap policies. And you'll see that all the Medigap policies have letters. And you'll also see that plans C and F are no longer offered to new enrollees of Medicare. Now, if you look at some of the others, they're missing things like skilled nursing care coverage. So my choices are likely going to be G or N. An insurer offering a plan G will offer the same coverage as another insurer offering G, which makes shopping for Medigap a little easier than shopping for Medicare Advantage. If you recall, those insurers are able to change their Advantage plans every year. In my research for this video, I came across this news release from Mark Farah Associates, which gives you a snapshot of the Medicare supplement marketplace. And it includes this pie chart here that shows you what are the most popular plan types. Now, this study was in 2020, and that was the year when F stopped being offered to new enrollees, and G started picking up the slack. But even in 2020, you see F accounts for 45% of the marketplace, and G is at 27%. N is there in the green, lumped with M, and it is roughly about 10% according to the report. Now, I'm going to put links to all of these reports in my notes below so that you can do some of your own homework on Medigap. But let me go on. I'm also going to put a link here to this plan, this report here of the state of Medicare supplement coverage from the America's Health Insurance Plans. They're the insurers that offer Medigap insurance. And the data here, even though both of these came out in 2021, this one goes back to 2019 data, which is why I kept on searching for that more accurate snapshot. But this does include a lot of good detail about the Medigap policy coverage. The most important difference between Plan G and N is that G covers excess charges, which is defined as if you have original Medicare, the amount the doctor and healthcare provider is legally permitted to charge higher than the approved amount, the difference is called excess charges. Well, you can avoid that if you know if your doctor accepts Medicare assignment. G will cover the excess charges, and in fact, the only thing that G doesn't cover making it the broadest coverage available, is the $203 Part B deductible. By law, no other offerings can do that. So starting 2020 and on, Medigap policies must make you pay that Part B deductible. But G covers excess charges, and those are from doctors that, while they'll take Medicare, don't take Medicare assignment, and they have a percentage more that they could charge you. G covers that. If you notice, N doesn't cover it. The easiest way to avoid those excess charges is to check to make sure your providers take Medicare assignment, and the directory will show that they do. And if you stick with those providers, you'll avoid excess charges. That makes Plan N a viable alternative to Plan G. Now, interestingly enough, the Medicare.gov website where you find your provider and double check this is not always accurate. I found my provider listed where his group practice does their billing and not in his local office. But eventually I have verified that he does accept Medicare assignment. Now, once you've narrowed down your choices, you may want some extra help in enrolling in a Medigap policy. And there are two paths that you could take. One is to use a federally funded program in every state called the State Health Insurance Assistance Program, or SHIP. These SHIP counselors will provide unbiased information about Medigap policies to you, but they can't help you sign up for an individual company, and they can't steer you to one company over another. The other option is to go with an insurance agent or broker. Now, independent agents represent more than one company. A captive agent represents only one company. So you're better off with an independent agent. But the best option might be a broker, an independent broker that represents many companies in many states. In preparing for this video, I found this news release from Greenwald Research, which conducted a survey with the American Association for Medicare Supplement Insurance. That's a trade association of the agent, brokers, and administrators of Medigap policies. And their survey concluded that there were three types of Medicare sellers: Medicare specialists, retirement specialists, and generalists. So the Medicare brokers represented about 35%, and those agents or brokers were focused on individual Medicare sales. Nearly 87% of the specialists generated 80% of their revenues through individual Medicare insurance policies. By the way, agents and brokers earn their money from insurance companies, not consumers, so it doesn't cost you anything to use their services. And since the premiums are approved by the states, there's no discount for buying direct. Now, retirement specialists represent about 45% of the Medigap sellers, and about half of these brokers say they sell the Medigap policies because they're selling other insurance programs to the retirement market. In fact, 31% receive less than a quarter of their commissions revenue from Medicare sales. And then generalists represent about 20% of the brokers, and like retirement specialists, 43% of these generalists are motivated to sell Medigap policies because they're selling other personal insurance products to their customers. But these brokers, 30% receive less than a quarter of their commissions from Medicare sales. Now, one of the key differentiators between these last two groups is that generalists generally do not sell 401k or annuity products, whereas retirement specialists do. Medicare specialists seem like the best option. Otherwise, you're likely to get sales calls for other forms of insurance or retirement products that you may not need. I also found this article somewhat dated from 2015 on how to pick unbiased, helpful Medicare advisors. This is Robert Powell, and he's very well known in the retirement world. And he was asked, how do you select? And among the things he suggests is to do a Google search. But he did cite, you can go out to the SHIP Center and find your local state SHIP advisors. The one thing that I disagreed with is this statement here that if you want to get even better, more advice, find somebody who charges a fee or an hourly rate. Now, this is part of the fiduciary fallacy that I find in retirement planning. There's a lot of the retirement world believes that you need to pay somebody for advice lest you get swayed by the advisors earning commissions. I say take the free advice, make up your own mind, become an educated consumer. The American Association of Medicare Supplement Insurance, the agents and brokers that sell these policies, and they offered 10 tips to choose a Medicare insurance agent, and they're helpful. Note this website also includes a find an agent to connect you with an agent or broker in your immediate area. One other option might be this National Council on Aging Age Well Planner. It's a pretty neat thing, and it includes a whole bunch of information about Medicare and how to select a plan. It also includes a Medicare cost estimator, and it allowed you to go in and select some choices to see the results. And it allowed you to say if you're good health or poor health, and in good health, a Medicare Advantage would cost you about this out of pocket, and this would cost you, Medigap Part N plus Part D would cost you this. But as I've noted, there are a lot of disadvantages, and in fact they do too. They'll also show you some important consideration, which I've covered in my last video, that premium costs are likely to be lower here, but there'll be more out-of-pockets, and you'll likely to have to use the doctors in network. Again, all of this is there. I encourage you to go to the site and check out their features. They'll also steer you to a local agent or broker who can help you from this website too. I'll conclude with my standard word of caution. I am not a professional. I'm not an insurance agent or broker. So take this as entertaining ideas from one educated consumer to another. Always do your own due diligence, and if you need to, seek out a professional to help you. And please be sure to like and subscribe to this channel. The more subscriptions, the higher this will be in the YouTube search engine. And comment below. Let me know how you searched for your Medicare and Medigap choices.